Hey there, I'm Matt the Redeemed, returning for episode 3 of our Play to Win series of free to play for Infinite Magicraid. If you remember in the last episode, we had gone over some of the basics, including quests on how to take a look at events, and we took our nascent party of 4 heroes back into the campaign and wanted to see how far we could get in Chapter 3. We made it all the way to the end, stage 310, and then we failed. We were unable to beat this stage, even tried manualing it once or twice, and we just didn't have enough power. So what do we do now? Well, we've got a few options. The first of which is that we'll go over to the hero screen, which is what the game is recommending, and start looking to level up our heroes and see if we can get more powerful heroes. See, we've got a fair stable of heroes available. Remember, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. These are fairly worthless for campaign progression. They are extremely worthwhile for leveling up other heroes as they turn into fodder, food for bigger heroes. So we want to take a look at Christian, who's an epic 4-star hero, and Eden, who's an epic 4-star hero. Now, typically in these games, and IMR is no different, you want to have one character who's just a little bit ahead of the others. That's called your carry hero. And, as the name implies, they are designed to carry you through the content. So you'll note we have been stockpiling not many, but a few of these potions. These potions are worth experience, so we want to turn either Christian or Eden into our carry hero, or maybe both. Now, Eden, she's a healer, and we looked at her a little bit in a different episode. So she does damage on her basic attack, not huge damage, but it's a little bit. She has a buff that increases ally attack. Now, notice this is not based on her level. A level 1 Eden would increase party attack by the same amount, so we don't need to level her get benefit here. Her passive increases her own speed. Again, this is not based on any kind of level, so we don't need to level her up for that. And then her last is restores hit points to all allies. Now, this is somewhat based on her level, because if we level Eden up, her hit points will increase. So her heals will go up a little bit as well, and her damage will as well. But I think for carry, we really want to put Christian out in front. By leveling him up, he'll do more damage. His shield will make everybody more survivable. And I think we can let these 2 heroes go, Arella and Firewater. They're not contributing enough damage. They're a little bit squishy. And I think they're reducing our odds of actually getting stars, because if they die on the campaign stages, we don't get any stars. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and, what does it cost? It costs about 11,500 to get a level of experience. That means it's going to take one of these potions, give or take. And so we could level up 20 or so times with these, but we have these 100k potions, which we could level up even more. So I think to make this a little bit easier, let's level up 10 times, so 26 and 33. So we used 4 of these potions and 1 of these potions, and we got Christian up to level 33. Let's go ahead and level him up again. So I'm not afraid to spend a little bit. Like I said, these potions, they drop pretty quickly. Let's see how we do at level 43. And just because I like semi-even numbers, or round numbers, I should say, let's take him to 45. That'll give him more hit points, more attack, more defense. It'll increase his overall survivability. Let's take a quick look at his gear while we're here. So, Christian's attributes. Here we go. This button. Recommended for hit points. We talked about that a little bit. We don't have any new hit point gear in particular. Mostly we've been picking up critical rate gear. I don't think I'm going to make any switches right now. The other thing we have is healing rate gear. Now, I will look at that for Eden. She is a healer. Ooh, she's also without gear overall. So she's recommended to have hit points and speed. Interesting. Healing, there we go. Healing effect is one of the recommended as well. So I think what I'm going to give for Eden, since we don't have any healing gear, is I'm going to load her up with healing effect gear. And I'm just going to give her the highest stars value that we have. So we'll give her a 3-star weapon. We've got a couple of 2-star. This one has hit points on it. This one has defense. I'm going to give her the one with hit points, since her heals are based on her hit points. Boots. You really kind of want Eden to be first in the group, so let's go ahead and equip this, and then let's take a look and see what we would have to do to get her speed above Christian. So the reason we want her to go first is because she has that nice buff which increases attack by 20%. We also want her to have a chance to heal before the enemies go. And then last, we've got this defense healing set. Or I should say, this. What is this thing called? Accessory. So we have an accessory with some defense on it and some with crit damage. Well, she's not there for damage, so let's add a little bit to her defense. It doesn't really matter. It's not making a big difference. So let's go back and take a look. So her speed right now is 980 plus 35, so it is. Sorry, it's 1015, right? So 1015 total speed. So Christian, his speed total is what? So his speed total is 1041. So we need, what's that, 26 more speed to get hers up. What do we need to do to get that? Don't know how practical it is. Let's enhance this 4 levels and see where that gets us. May have to wait. Yeah, this is a 2-star healing item. I think I'll wait a little bit before investing too much cash to get her to go first. I don't think it's quite worth it to put any more into this. We'll just have to accept the fact that she won't be able to go first or heal Christian first, but it'll kind of even out because Christian is much higher level. The reason I'm not going to put any experience potions into hers, I don't think we need it. I think she'll get experience naturally from doing campaign, which is really all that we need from her. So let's just go back. There's some other things I need to do, so let's just go back and see if this is enough to finish stage 310. You'll see our team started running into problems around 3-5. We stopped getting 3 stars consistently, so we'll have to go back at some point and clean that up as well. But let's just go and see. I'm going to take these 2 off and just run a 2-person party until we get some additional 4-star or legend heroes to run. And again, to get 3 stars, remember you have to complete 4 common level stages. You have to complete it without losing any members of your party, which is why I don't want to put any of the weaker in there. And we'll see if Eden is strong enough, or if I do have to level her a little bit. And then you have to finish the common within 60 turns. And you can see the turn meter over here. The amount of turns it takes is heavily dependent on the amount of damage you do, and some of the other impacts for control as well. But right now, it's really just all about damage. And unfortunately, we don't have a big set of AE damage. Now, Christian has AE damage available to him, but his basic attack is just single attack. His ultimate is on a relatively slow cooldown. Plus, these mobs are irritating and they keep stunning him. So we'll see if he gets a turn. He puts his shield up, which is good. She heals him. So he should get, on his next turn, his ultimate boom. He knocks down most of the party, and we should clear the second wave fairly easily. And then let's take a look and see how we do against the boss. So since we had problems before, I'm going to focus. If you click on it, you see you get this little target. You can tell, even in auto mode, you can tell your heroes where to focus their attacks on. I want to get rid of these guards, first of all, because they tend to just keep adding additional damage, which is not helpful. They just sort of whittle away your party. Now, his shield is making a big difference, but we are having a heck of a time kind of knocking these down. There's ultimate triggered, so I feel like we're probably 1 hit away from clearing this guard, and then we'll focus fire on the left guard. And you can see all these symbols. These are various debuffs. So the boot means slowing down. This is, I think, a reduction in the healing that's applied. I think it's called severe wound. This is a reduction in defense. And you'll learn these as you go through the game. And you can see we don't have any. Everything up here is abilities that the boss has, and there's a little section before it starts on what those mean. And if we had any debuffs on her, they would show up here. So we're gonna win. and I don't think we're going to lose any players. However, we're going to miss on the turn meter, so we're going to end up with, I think, 2 stars on this one. So at least we got through it. Now, in certain parts of the campaign, there's a little bit of backstory, a little bit of plot that goes along with it. It's not for me. If you're really interested in backstory and plot, take a look. I usually just skip through that stuff. I think it's a little bit of an underdeveloped area of the game, and that opens a new feature, dispatch. So, again, we at some point we'll go back and collect all these stars. Probably once we get just a little bit more powerful, we'll get. Oh, it's going to make us go to dispatch. Well, that's okay. So dispatch is kind of like a little mini game part of the game. And like other mini games, just like you start at sort of a basic level 1, and the way this works is you have these little quests, I guess I would call them, where you send out members of your roster, and they go out for a little while and they do stuff. So here, she's going to go out. It's going to take her a minute. She's going to come back with 20,000 coin and 10 EXP. And then we can click on the other ones here. It's going to be the same. 1 minute and she'll come back. Now, normally this is 5 minutes. I think this is just for illustrative purposes, making it short enough that we can do it without driving ourselves crazy. The higher the level, the higher the number of stars, the better the reward. So 4-star, this one's going to give us 10 gems in response. Now, it's going to take 2 minutes this time, but normally it takes much longer than that. Usually it takes, I think a 4-star's an hour, maybe 3 hours. I don't know. I don't recall off the top of my head. This one's going to bring us a nice experience potion, so we'll send somebody out. It's going to take them 3 minutes. And then this level 5 one is going to return an excellent rune, which is nice for Wish, chance for an epic hero. So we'll go ahead and send that out. It'll take her 5 minutes. And these pop up through the day on a timer. And every time you complete one, your experience level goes up. What does that get you? Let's see if we get a little help. So depending on the experience level that you are at, indicates what you can get in rewards. So the number of stars, I should say. So for a 1-star, these are the potential rewards you get. A 7-star, start looking at some nice rewards, including the potential for a 4-star egg. 4-star egg is really valuable. So it is 6 times 6 level 1s times 6 level 2s times 6 level 3s is what it takes to build 1 4-star. So when these pop up, you want to get them. In fact, when any of them pop up, you want to get them because they are all free. It's just a reward for playing the game. Now, this chart shows the level up here, what the odds of getting the various dispatch quests are. So at level 1, you can see we're going to get mostly these 1-star quests. We can't get above a 5-star. As we level up, the odds of getting the very best dispatch quests increase, and the number of dispatch quests that you can do each day increase. So again, there's nothing special you have to do for this other than just make sure you log in often enough to sort of click the button. And you can see for this first 2, we got 20 experience. I'll let the others click down and we'll come to them at some point. Again, we're not tempted by spending money on anything. It's going to offer that kind of stuff relatively frequently. Let's take a look at events because it's popping. So beginner star goals, we looked at that last time. Oh, look at that. We got some more points. So some more free stuff. Where are we ranked right now? Well, I probably need to change our name. I don't really like being 4128, so I'll do that before we play again. So we're still not ranked, but we're getting there. Anything else on here? No, nothing else on here. So what I want to do now is we'll go ahead and click. Look at that. So that's the way you can. That's sort of your first approach to getting around barriers. If you have the ability to level up anymore, you're not level capped, then feel free to put a little bit of experience into that. It may help you grind through. This is the friend screen. This is another thing that you should be looking at. You can have up to 30 friends. We have 0 right now. And so we just want to say yes to everybody at this point. And then do this quick claim and send. And what happens is that you end up sending runes out to other players. and a little bit of runes, a little bit of energy. It's not like it's pulling down yours. It's just sort of free for being friends. And then they'll send you some. So as the day goes on, that will light up red and you go collect and get some free energy and some free, not gems, I'm sorry, runes. So very nice. And then there's some kind of patch notice. If we fill out, or if we fill out the survey, we'll get an excellent rune. I'll do that offline. The other thing that opened up is, well, not the arena, I guess it was dispatch. So what I'll do is I'll go offline and see if I can complete Chapter 4. If I need to put a little more experience into my carry hero, I'll do that. And when I come back, we will have finished level 4 and I will show you the arena. Alright, we finished Chapter 4. I did level up the heroes a little bit more in the hero screen. I realized I wanted to get 3 stars on as much as possible, so I will only have to do it once. There's really not much reason to go through most of common difficulty Chapter 1. Again, there are reasons to go through Chapter 1, which I'll talk about maybe in a little while. I don't know if we'll get to it tonight. But I did take Christian up to his level max of 80, and I put Eden up to 62, and they cleared without a whole lot of problem. So now let's take a look at the campaign quests, because now we're blocked. We can't go any further in campaign mode than Chapter 2. So we've done these 2 things, and what is left? Upgrade hero skill 1 time. So I'm going to go ahead and press that, and what does that mean? Well, we talked a little bit about skill upgrades, which affects these. Okay, so, Christian's basic attack deal 2 stages of 60% attack damage and inflict stun. If you level this up, it gets additional benefits, a little bit more damage, and each one of those has that. Now, to upgrade a skill, you need these scrolls. For an epic, you need purple scrolls. There's kind of a yellowish scroll that you use for legend heroes. We only have 1. So I'm going to use it now. It will randomly select one of these particular skills to upgrade. So let's hope the RNG gives us a good one. I think at this point I really would like either his default damage or his Sword of Justice ultimate to be there. Skill scrolls are rare, confirm, yes. And so it gives us his shield. Not terrible, but not really what we wanted. So what does level 2 do there? Grants a shield for max hit points. 20% of max hit points to all allies for 2 turns. So we reduced the cooldown. It was 5, now it's 4. Not my best choice with a tiny team, but when the team gets to a full 5, if Christian's on it, this is really valuable because one of the reasons we would keep Christian is because of this shield. So, not terrible. But that should allow us to complete the chapter quests. So I don't see any more quests. We're going to take our 2 excellent runes. And boom, we're on to Chapter 4, which unlocks the next section of campaign. There's a few things in here we're already finished with, so I'm going to go ahead and claim those. And what are we going to have to do next? Well, we'll have to clear 5-5 and 5-10 in Chapter 5. That's standard. We're going to have to use 10 excellent wishes. Okay. And so we should have more than enough. We've collected a bunch. Claim auto battle rewards 5 times. We can just go ahead and do that because there's a few of these on there. So we'll go ahead and do that. What else is there going to be that we have to plan for? Is there enhance 1 piece of equipment to level 8? So I'm going to hold off on this until the end. And hopefully we'll have a piece of gear good enough that it's not just wasted coin to pass through. And then something called Space Temple. Space Temple is another form of encounter that you have. It's usually a little puzzle type encounter. It's fun. It gives you some restrictions on, if a hero dies, they're dead. They can't come back and complete, without having to reset the whole thing. The space temples are generally a little bit harder than the campaign, so it's almost like a little gate that you have to pass through to get to the next level. You have to prove that you're strong enough to get to the next level of the game. So we'll clear Space Temple 1 on our next adventure. But what I really wanted to show you is Arena, which just unlocked. Because if you remember on our daily quests, so we completed the dispatch quests, we sent out runes. The only thing left to complete our daily quest is participate in Classic Arena 3 times. So let's go over to the arena. And the first thing you do is you build a defense team. And arena is player versus player, but it's asynchronous. In what that means is you have a squad that is just sitting there waiting for somebody to challenge it. You pick the defenders, and they will play in auto mode. So to start with, I'm not going to put any of my fodder characters in there, because if I do, it locks them out and won't let me use them for fodder. So I'm just going to put my epics. I have no intention of using these for food right now, so it's a weak team. It is not going to be all that challenging to beat, but that's okay. So there's a number of tiers in the arena. Let's see if it'll show them here. No. Tier attributes. Here we go. So there's a number of tier. You start off with the lowest tier, bronze 3. And as you win battles, you get points, and those points increase your level. And if you lose in battle, whether it's a battle you initiated or one that happens when you're offline, you lose points and you can drop down. You can see it's worthwhile to raise your rank in arena and play the games because it increases your overall skill in encounters or your overall attributes in encounters in dungeons. That can be the difference between winning and losing. You also get some additional rewards when you win a match, and you get a certain type of resource which is used to increase. Let's see if that section is open so I can show it. When you win matches, you win resources that you can then come over here to the talent section, and I think it's this section. Class talents that allow you to increase your skills of each of your players throughout the game, each of the type of players. So it is worth getting these by arena wins because you start off, here's 100 extra attack for all of your defense characters, or all of your attack, all of your support. It's not a quick escalation up, so you have to play quite a bit of arena, but it's worth doing in general. So let's pop back over to the arena and let's get our three done. So what we are looking for is, one, here's a list of the heroes we're going to be up against. And in the early game, you're probably not going to know much about these. So you can rely on this fist with a number next to it. That is your power rank. So you want to go for ones that are really low. So here's one that we use one of our 15 challenge tokens, or challenge tickets. And when you go below 10, they start automatically replenishing, and you get one back an hour. We probably won't use 15, but we'll go ahead and challenge Duke. He's got a level 21 4-star epic, and we're going to use a level 84 star Christian and a level 62 4-star Eden. This should be an easy fight. I'm just going to go ahead and start on auto. Normally, PvP, when it's close, you do want to go into manual mode and play it out by hand. But I don't think we'll need that. We should kill him pretty much right away. Gone. So there's a victory. And you can see we got 26 points, and now we're at 826 in Bronze 3. And we get this book, Support Team Talent Tome. Accumulate enough of these, and we get Support Team Talents that increase the attributes of all of our support team members. We also get this little hammer, which is for forging, which isn't open to us yet, but it allows us to make our own equipment, and a little bit of coin. So let's see what else we can find in the list here that is worth attacking. And it's okay if you lose, right? You lose a little bit of points, and you'll build an understanding of what you can attack and what you probably shouldn't as you go on. Like, I wouldn't attack this, even though we have a higher level of characters, because there are 5 epics in here. And maybe we win, maybe we don't, but probably not going to do it based just on time. But here we got a level 9 Christian versus our 80 and a level 6 blue epic, so we're just going to leave it on auto, and we'll take these two down with no problem. So he puts his shield up first, and then he'll do his Sword of Justice, and boom, everybody's dead. Okay, so there's 2, and now we're at 800, another 24 points, a little bit more rewards. Go back and let's find one more so that we can complete this daily quest. And what do we have? This one looks alright. It's 3 heroes, including a level 24 legend, level 11 legend. But let's see if we got enough strength here. 6658 skill. Our power rating is 17,897. And if you go to the hero screen, you can see the power of each individual hero. And it's based on a combination of their rank, the type of gear they're wearing. It's a rough guide. I wouldn't... just because you're more powered than an opponent does not guarantee that you're going to win. And so you kind of want to, as you get used to the game and start recognizing the heroes, you'll be able to better evaluate whether you're going to have a good chance of succeeding or not. So, boom, Sword of Justice, he did a pretty good amount of damage. They've got a healer, but they're just too low a level, and our characters should roll through their legends. Not much problem. There's the third, finished off our daily quests, got some more rewards. I may go through offline and get some more of these because it is worth leveling up. And as you increase tiers, once we go to Bronze 3 to Bronze 2, let's see if we can show them here. We'll get some rewards. So we'll get some nice stuff, and it keeps getting better as you level up. And then at the end of the week is when a season is finished. And depending on where you finished off the season, there'll be some additional rewards. So definitely worth doing. Some players find it a lot more enjoyable than others, but I think it's an important part of the game to get involved with to at least some extent. So, does that complete our daily quests? Yes, it does. So what do the last 2 chests hold for us? Some more points for playing the game with the guild, some free energy, which is always good. We leveled up characters, some more free stamina, and then finally an excellent rune, some more of these activity points, and some more leveling. So we want to do this pretty much every day. When you're in the groove, it's like I said, 5 or 10 minutes is all that it takes, and then we get some free rewards here. This is another one of those scrolls. It allows us to skill up. Now, we could go and take this and use it right away, but I recommend that you don't do that. I recommend you be strategic when you use these because they are uncommon, and you can't necessarily fill up every epic that you have with all of the skills 100%. So I would look for opportunities. Either you're stuck and you really need it, or you need it for a quest, or there's a double dipping opportunity with an event that gives you points for using these things. So just stockpile them when you don't have a very explicit need for them in the short term. So that's all we have for today. Next time we'll talk a little bit more about equipment and we'll continue our progression. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, click it. It will help others find the content. Even better, click the subscribe button. That really helps YouTube understand that this content is interesting and will help you find other content both from me and from others that is similar. Until next time, I am Lat the Redeemed, and have a good day.